Hey guys, how are you doing today? Just very quick tip on how to make the most of your times of prayer. What I've seen a lot of young people struggle with these days is prayer, and people are like, oh, I struggle to pray, I don't have time to pray, I don't know what to pray when I want to pray. And I want to say something: the prayer is not supposed to be is not just supposed to be an activity in our lives. It's supposed to be the ongoing experience of our lives. Prayer is to the believer what breathing is to the human being, and so it's something that we should do at different times of the day, at different moments, as a continuous basis. And one of the major misconceptions people have about prayer is that it needs to be rigid and it needs to be formal and regimented. So the number one myth I want to bust about prayer is that prayer does not have to be rigid and it does not have to be uptight and formal. Now imagine you talking to your dad, and before you speak to your dad, you have to write a letter saying, "Dear sir, permission to speak to you on the 15th of February 2000 and XYZ. Now, how would that feel? That wouldn't feel natural or organic, and that's what many of us do. When it comes to our relationship with God, we are so formal and we're somewhat exclusive, and we cannot even make the most out of it because we are stuck up on what we think he wants us to say and how we think he's going to approach us. So remove that limitation from your mind, from your heart, from your thoughts. It does not have to be rigid, it does not have to be extra formal and all. Number two is to understand that it's important to have specific times of prayer. Now, that's not just for a function of discipline, it's because of discipline, but it's also a function of training yourself to keep the main things the main thing. Jesus Christ won't walk the face of the earth. Now, don't forget that Jesus is the fullness of the Godhead bodily. He is the Word who became flesh. And in spite of his status, if you will, regardless of his status, you know what happened? He still prayed. The Word of God became flesh and still prayed. So prayer is very important, but that's not even the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make is that the Word makes it clear that he made out times of prayer. He had specific times of prayer every day. For him, it was oftentimes a great while before dawn. So it's important to have specific times of prayer. Why? So that your priorities are sustained, so that your priorities do not shift. The world is wired in such a way that if you're not careful, things are going to encroach in your prayer time. People are going to come, babies if you're married, children as they grow, business as it grows, ministry as it expands. All of those elements can stand in the way of effectiveness and communion. And number three is this: to understand that prayer starts before your prayer time, or the preparation for your prayer time should start before your prayer time. So before you pray, have you cleared out distraction from your space? One of the distractions I've faced in the place of prayer is having to read the Bible off my phone. I read the Bible off my phone and get all these notifications and stuff that will distract you from time to time. So one of the things I try to do when I'm praying is I don't use my phone more often than if I'm spending specific time of prayer. I might use my iPad, or I might just stay away even from both gadgets and only refer to them on occasion where I need to make a reference to a Bible verse. So prepare for it. In other words, the place and the time. Is the place conducive? Is the place distracting? So for example, I'm outdoors right now. If I want to pray here, I think I'll be deceiving myself largely. And do you know why? It's simply because the atmosphere is not conducive for what I think I need to do, what I claim I'll need to do. So these are the very important things. And then also start with a manageable chunk of time. What does that mean? A manageable chunk of time basically means that you want to be able to maximize your prayer time. You're not trying to impress anybody. Your prayer life or prayer time is not a competition with anybody. So what you want to do is that you want to be able to start with manageable chunks of time where your mind will not roam and where you will not be distracted, and then from there you keep on building from one phase to another. I believe this has been of help to you. Do let me know and leave a comment in the comment box. Tag somebody who loves praying, and I hope they get something out of it too. All right, talk to you later.